Hey everybody, welcome to the KHPPPG. That is the Kame House Party Patreon pregame. I am Aaron.
And I am Vince.
And today we're playing basketball. Or we're watching it,
And I
right?
had a basketball, but I lost it.
You did it dribble away.
Oh,
Did some tune take it?
some tune took my basketball. Hold
What?
on.
Can you
the
do it?
viewing
Can you do
audience,
it? Yeah.
I can do this.
Oh shit.
I can keep it going too.
Keep going. All right, so the whole episode.
For the whole episode, I'm going to spin this basketball on my
yeah.
finger. All right, now basketball is my
I'm genuinely impressed. That's the fact that for the time up, especially. What's the secret? Any tips for that?
The secret is having huge hands. You know what the secret is to being great at basketball, Aaron, is to have gigantic mitts.
I got medium.
Because big hands help you palm the basketball, which lets you dunk. It lets you control the ball a little bit more when you're dribbling. Big hands are key to being a great basketball player. Look at Kawhi Leonard. That's why they call him the Claw. And his hands are like twice the size of mine.
Because you're scared of the claw.
Because you're also scared of the Claw. Who did make an appearance in this stupid Space Jam movie.
Liar, liar, or the mask, or the claw.
Wait.
The mask is in Space Jam.
Yeah, the mask is in Space Jam. I have a doc with all of the.
Oh boy!
It's miles long.
I don't know if Liar, liar is a Warner Brothers property off the top of my head, and it's not worth me looking it up.
Mm-hmm.
The claw from Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
I don't think that's Warner Brothers.
It's not?
I want to say that I think Disney made that live action version, so it's probably
Okay.
who knows.
Right. I get it.
Yeah, we are talking Space Jam: A New Legacy, not Space Jam 2.
No.
Don't get it twisted.
Mm-hmm.
And then Vince, this was fine. This was an okay movie. I really not just kind of there. A nice little 2 hours.
Sure. I have a problem. I have a problem with it being 2 hours. I didn't really realize until after, because I turned this into an afternoon matinee for myself. I was like, I'll watch this movie and then I'll have dinner at a reasonable hour. I'll get some gaming in before the NBA finals. My whole afternoon is basketball filled. Okay. And then I watched this movie, and by the time I finished it, it was dark out, and I was like, what the hell?
And you hated basketball.
And I hated basketball after. And
Like
I've
LeBron
never watched basketball again. But yeah, it wasn't. I wanted it to be at least nostalgic for me, having been a huge fan of the original Space Jam as a child. I have not rewatched it, but I think I would still appreciate the Looney Tunes aspect of that movie, if nothing else. Bill Murray would have been fun to see, a young Bill Murray hanging out with other people. But this movie, oh boy. I like LeBron. I think he's fine. I feel like he does not need to be a lead in any movie ever again. Please, just don't let him be a weird cameo in some rom-com like he was before. He doesn't need. He can't do it.
Better than Jordan, I'll say.
Sure.
Jordan was real bad.
Yeah, and maybe that's, if I rewatched it, I would say like, oh my God, Michael Jordan is awful in this. But yeah, God, all right. Where do we want to talk about Don Cheadle's performance?
So I think to level set a little more.
Yeah.
So you said you had a big affinity for this movie.
Mhm.
I want to say I was either late middle school or high school, and was not a huge basketball fan. Of course, everyone loves Jordan. He was definitely he was already playing baseball. That's the premise of the movie, is that he's already playing baseball and everyone hates him because of it. So, I didn't see it in theaters. It took me forever to see it. I think I saw it in my 20s at some point. So I'm like, it's fine. Of course, I love Looney Tunes, but this isn't how you get your Looney Tunes fix.
No, if you're looking for a Looney Tunes fix, sorry about it.
But yeah, we can. But spoilers. I think we're gonna spoil
Yeah,
the heck out of it. So either don't listen to this when you don't care, or after you've seen it.
exactly. It's on HBO Max. If you've got it, if not, we've talked about how good HBO Max is as a service. You should probably get it for until before they start jacking the price up.
Yeah.
All right. So we talked about LeBron. I talked about LeBron a little bit. I don't think he's that great in this. He has to play like the bad guy to his son, and they didn't do a good enough job, I think, setting him up as like a Looney Tunes fan. They gave him a Game Boy at the beginning, and then it was stripped from him because basketball is more important.
And that's why he hates / doesn't get video games.
Yeah, it's not clear that he hates it or doesn't understand video games. He just doesn't speak the language that his kid wants to be a game designer, which is cool. Black boys in STEM, I like it.
Well, that's the thing, right? I think we talked about this in the trailer where it's like, LeBron, why do you give a fuck about from a? That's a weird thing because LeBron is not a character. LeBron's playing a character, a weird caricature of himself. But in reality, when we're like, LeBron, I'm guarantee you do not give a fuck what your kids do. I'm sure you don't want him to he's probably like, nah, basketball, that's me. First of all, you would never be better than me at basketball. Stay in your fucking lane. I guarantee if he saw any potential in his kids, he's like, oh, I'm chopping their feet off. They can't beat me.
That's actually not true. Both of his sons, his oldest son, Bronny, and then I forget what the other son.
Bernie
and Bronny. Bronny plays basketball at a pretty high level. He plays at Sierra Canyon, which is like a big basketball high school. And LeBron is always at his kids' games and stuff like that. He seems like a really great dad, super supportive.
Yeah, versus this.
Yeah, versus this
whole thing.
Video games. Get your head in the game.
Yeah.
Between these four lines, it's business, it's work. And I'm like, okay, yeah.
I'm like, I don't hate that. You're not wrong, but clearly one kid is really into it, and clearly the other kid does not give an F. He tries to bond with his son. Before they go into the serververse, I'm kind of on board for this movie. It's kind of good.
Yeah, it would be like an interesting exploration in this, I guess, less explored father-son relationship, father-son dynamic. That never gets talked about in movies that have a black male lead and the potential for their kids to be involved.
Has there been a TV show like this, a premium cable TV show where it's a very famous basketball player and his sons, and I know you have Power, right? Which deals with the music industry, but that's very melodramatic. I never watched it, but I think it's very soap opera-y.
Yeah,
isn't it?
There's a lot of backstabbing and people taking over empires after
Empire, not Power, is what I'm thinking. Power is the 50 Cent vehicle.
Yes, Power is Empire. Yes, because we're talking about Cookie Lions.
Terrence Howard.
And Terrence Howard goes to jail. And then Cookie Lions takes over the family, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I think that would be that seems like fun. I would watch a sitcom kind of like that.
A sitcom?
Or not a sitcom, or a drama.
Maybe. Look, this is big picture. No, there are no bad ideas at this level.
Yeah, Algie, are you listening?
Yeah.
Algie's got to be listening to this, so we can have the algorithm pitch in the room with Sarah Silverman.
Yeah, and Stephen Yang. Not Yang, Ewan.
Stephen Yeun. Yeah, that's who his name.
That was so. I'm like, I'm happy to see you in this, but you have 2 lines in this movie, and it's wild.
Just because his lines aren't. He doesn't even really say anything. He's just like,
they're nothing lines, huh? Oh yeah.
You don't say.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why that executive had to be Sarah Silverman of all people.
It was fun.
Sure, but then why not use her a little bit more? Why doesn't she get sucked into the
she comes back? Or her and Al, because clearly so big level. Back up a little.
Sorry.
Big little. No. There's a lot going on in this movie.
Yeah.
So like overall plot is that the algorithm that I guess gets to decide future projects at Warner Brothers and is in control of the Warner Brothers archives.
This is our dark future at
Called
work.
the Serververse. All the WB properties are in the computer. I guess he's upset that no one gives him the respect he deserves.
Right.
So he's like, "Oh, if I somehow combine with LeBron James, it's not explained well. Then I'll be famous, which is what I want." So he initiates this weird plan to get LeBron down. But LeBron's like, where it's basically, hey, LeBron, let us do a digital scan of you, and then we're just going to put you in everything. And he's like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
And Don Cheadle's then like, well, fuck you. I'm going to kidnap you and I'm going to digitize both of you Tron style. You're in this world now, but if you want to escape, you got to play me in a basketball game. Will I turn your son against you?
Right. Because then there's the subplot of LeBron not understanding how to be a good dad to his son who's not into basketball.
Yeah. He doesn't know how to let him do him.
You gotta let me do me.
Yep. Which
Gotta let those tunes be tunes.
Vince, Vince, I did tear up a little during LeBron and his son's thing.
That was nice.
I'm like,
that was a great
sucker.
scene. Like it's fine. Like you could be a sucker for that. I think when they asked LeBron to be a dad, I think he does a great job.
He got he did get it there. He was able to. I just hate the whole movie thing. Like, I love you, Dad. I love you too, son.
Yes.
To clarify, this is my son, and I love him.
Yeah, there's a lot of LeBron having to remind him that he's talking to his son. Son, where's my son?
Where's my son? Yeah, so this is a big basketball game. He is sort of he's sent to Looney Tunes Planet, so he's forced to hook up with the Looney Tunes as his team instead of getting who he wants. And then Don Cheadle coerces Dom to make basically monster versions of other players that you would have more knowledge on that end than me.
Yeah, it's pretty similar to the original where it's just like the Monstars, but they're the Doom Squad. And Dom has been making
there's a Goon Squad.
Oh, sorry, Goon Squad. Jeez.
Which is where I don't know why it wasn't the Doom Squad.
I'm sorry, I was punching up the movie while I was watching it. But like they get like all these great players from this fictional like all-star game where just like all the men and women are on they're all on the same blue all-star team. And Dom has the ability to scan them with what looked like a Game Boy camera on his phone. Digitized them and put them into this game and matched it with like his pet spider, his pet snake.
He's one of those. He's one of those kids too.
He's one of those kids who's a coder and has a pet spider. It's really rad.
His room fucking stinks.
Yeah, it smelled bad.
The maid takes care of that.
Of course.
Come on. Those are the two teams. So it's kind of it's a heisty kind of movie because the first half is like their relationship such as the computer. Middle part is we got to get the team together. Bugs is the only one in Toon World. And so he sort of tricks LeBron a little bit because he's like, hey, come help me get my friends back and they'll be your basketball team. And I see your face. I know what you're thinking, but let me get this out. So basically what had happened to Toon World is that Al G came down to Toon World and said, hey, all you Toons, this place sucks ass. Don't you want to? There's an entire universe of Warner Brother properties that you can explore. Don't you want to do that? And all of them but Bugs say, yes, we do. So Bugs is he's gone a little loony, you might say.
Yeah,
And
I'd say, to put it mildly, Bugs is talking to Pumpkin Pig.
Mhm. he tries to he tries to get LeBron to like do the rabbit season, duck season bit with him.
Which was like a little dark and a little
Yeah.
sad. Poor Bugs. He's been there for. I'm
Who
assuming this happens soon after Space Jam.
After the first Space Jam.
After the first Space Jam, I'm assuming Algie gets, full access to all the Warner servers, and then boom, Bugs is just there for decades by himself.
I mean, yeah. I think you are right. I think we're talking decades.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild. But yeah, that was weird. There were a lot of there was a lot of subplots running around that didn't get fully fleshed out
Mm-hmm.
and didn't have great payoffs. When I so the credit when I saw the credits, it's like written by, and there were 6 people. I'm like, fuck. Which it's not discrediting a bunch of writers. It's just like, oh, this went through some drafts.
It had to.
And so there's probably a lot of loosey threads hanging around that stuck around that weren't cut out and didn't get paid up. Just it's not a great sign.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But I'm trying to think. Do we want to talk about some of the tune introductions, like where we find them in the verse, in the server verse?
So the wildest thing to me is that when they go off to find the tunes, they have to basically just parade through all the different Warner Brothers properties, and some of them you're like, oh, that's one, okay,
Mm-hmm.
but it's wild in fiction to think about because they're like, oh, I want to be here, and that's better than Toon World,
Right.
or this is more fun to me than Toon World.
Like Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner being in Mad Max World is more fun than being in Toon World?
I imagine Roadrunner was like, oh, this place rules.
Mm-hmm. And Wile E. was like, oh, look at all the explosions. This is cool.
There are some gadgets. I assume he just followed him.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. Wile E's just going to go wherever the Roadrunner goes.
And they had to replace Tom Hardy with like the generic bad cowboy character. I'm assuming because of likeness rights.
Yeah, that was like, I thought, this is a big Warner property. Why did they have to replace Tom Hardy there?
I bet it's still like you'd still have to pay them to be in it. I think it's like we can use this, but because Tom Hardy's face, and that's it. I'm assuming that's why they replaced him.
And they probably spent all the money getting the NBA players' likenesses and stuff like that, getting them on screen and things like that. Yeah.
LeBron,
I mean,
LeBron made bank on this.
LeBron had to make bank. I just hope Eric Bauza, the voice actor for Bugs, Daffy, I think he does he do Elmer?
Fucking all of them.
Yeah, he does Elmer. I think he does Foghorn Leghorn.
Not
I saw a
enough-
clip of him doing Foghorn Leghorn.
Not enough play for Foghorn.
No.
There could have, I think for the sake of time, they couldn't let him do his natural rhythm
Yeah.
because you want to see him go off.
Yeah, you want to see him like go off on the goon squad, be like, I say, you may be a snake lady, but that doesn't mean you have any bite in you.
Yeah.
And then he dunks or something.
The snake lady's a few scales short of
There
the
we
tail.
go. Yeah.
No, don't praise me for that.
Well, we're already punching way above what they were doing when Foghorn Leghorn's entrance line is I say, winter is coming. Because he was in Game of Thrones world as a giant chicken.
Yeah, it's all wild. There's Yosemite Sam is in Casablanca world.
Play it again, Yosemite Sam.
Yeah. I guess that's why he's like, that's my name. That's for me.
I got a place here.
Also, it's dark. It's also love Nazis.
Everybody's got a gun.
Yeah, Casablanca takes place, I think, post World War. They're hunted by Nazis, is what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Granny and Speedy Gonzalez are in Matrix World, which is why it's like Granny. I mean, maybe they're both like, we agree with Cypher.
Yeah,
we love the fucking Matrix.
She's like, I had to go to Matrix World to get better internet so I could check my Twitter.
That is the joke.
That is the whole joke of the scene.
And it's just, you see they lovingly animate Speedy Gonzalez dodging bullets, Neo style. It's
voiced by Gabriel Iglesias. And then I don't think Speedy gets any other screen time.
He's not in the game. He does not have a moment in the game.
He doesn't. Yeah. They were like, we already have a Speed character, and that's Roadrunner. And they do like.
Also, don't have to pay for that voice.
Yeah, they don't have to pay.
You're paid by the meep. That was there's an old Simpson gag when Homer does voice work. He meets the voice of Itchy and Scratchy, and she's like, I also did the voice of Roadrunner. Meep. And he's like, don't you mean meep meep? He's like, no, they recorded me once and then doubled it. Cheap bastards.
That's a fun joke.
It's good. It's good. I can't wait to watch The Simpsons when you're like 40.
Yeah, that's the time frame.
But it's that
Elmer Fudd is
Mini Me and Sylvester is Mr. Bigglesworth.
Yeah, like what? Poor Sylvester just has the worst life. Like, and they don't know that they're both in that property because Elmer's like, Sylvester, you're here? It's just so weird.
I can't get off now.
Yeah.
I can't have any tunes here. It ruins it.
I'm supposed to be the only. I don't even know how to do an Elmer Fudd.
I'm supposed to be the only
I'm the only.
It's a big baby. I'm Elmer Fudd, a big baby. Change my diaper. I went for Felicity Shagwell to change my diaper.
I've got a baby thumb holding an apple. Beyonce is my girlfriend in the third film.
What is that? Oh yeah, she's really into Mini Me in that one.
Yeah, she's Foxy Cleopatra, and she's into that Mini D.
I mean, regular D on a Mini Me.
Mm-hmm.
He's R.I.P. Vern Troyer. He was in that third movie. He's doing work. He
was great in that movie.
He is eyebrow waggling.
The whole tripod bit when they're in the submarine with Austin's dad. Oh, you're a little tripod, aren't you? Look at that. What do you feed that thing? Lola.
Oh, yeah. I do, and now it's like, oh damn, Austin
I know.
Powers.
we should rewatch the Austin Powers movies.
So there's
Lola. Oh wait, who are you going to next?
I don't want to say the Taz one is a good surprise. I kind of want to skip over that because that was kind of the best one and like an actual in-universe joke.
Yeah.
But they also weren't playing. It was original footage, so that's part of it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Lola is trying to be an Amazon.
Cool.
And it's. I almost got super mad at that bit because was it Wonder Woman 84 has her? You see her doing like the trial, or was it in the first movie? I forget.
I think it's 1984 that she does the Amazonian trials.
So Lola doing the same thing, and LeBron and Bugs are like, "Hey, I know this is something you trained for years for, but we're men and we're going to interrupt this because our shit's more important."
Literally,
like,
they just commit. Like Bugs is just like, I know how to save us. Lola, help! Like, it's just so disrespectful to everything Lola's been training for years.
Because it works out. She does become an Amazon, which you would think. We'll talk about that during the game, I guess. Because I'll talk about it right now because I'm thinking about it. Hold on, no. Finish my thought. Sorry, I'm fucking scattered to the four winds on this movie. She does become an Amazon because Wonder Woman, voiced by Rosario Dawson, who does Wonder Woman in the animated DC movies. She's like, "Oh no, you saved your friend, so you are at Amazon. Good job."
There you go. Save to win.
What I don't get is why didn't the characters use more of the stuff they got from the other Warner Brothers properties?
I think only Granny does, but
she does a little Matrix things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's they just made her a lush, and then let her do a Dave Chappelle bit.
Yes. She literally does a Dave Chappelle bit. Oh,
And that's the joke.
Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. When Granny, because they're doing like this practice on Marvin's ship, like they're doing like, hey, this is how Toons play basketball, and it's just a bunch of explosions, and then Granny launches off of a ramp over 3 buses that explode. She dunks and breaks the backboard. LeBron is flabbergasted. Granny walks into the scene holding the rim and says, "Game blouses." That is,
But that's a joke, Vince.
but that's a joke. That's a joke.
Isn't that what
And
you want?
That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. I mean, like, it's Looney Tunes. Why isn't she wearing the whole getup? Why isn't she like in the Prince
She's
outfit?
dressed as Prince.
Yeah, she should have been dressed as Prince. But
Prince isn't a Warner Brothers property.
Prince is an order. But like, is that for the kids?
That's the question. Right? I mean, again, all these movies like this, it's like something for the adults, something for the kids. But it's like, this is not a kids movie. This is do kids love LeBron still?
I think kids love LeBron. LeBron is very loved.
Who is the main, what do you think in this movie is the main factor that drives kids to it? That would be like, if you're a kid, you're like, I want to watch that movie because X.
Because LeBron.
It's
I'd say
LeBron. It's not the
Yeah.
Looney Tunes.
It's not the Looney Tunes at this point.
That shit my dad wore in his jacket when he was in high school? No.
Those like gangster bunnies and rabbits, like
The meme?
yeah.
Those meme characters? The Rule 34 art of that lady bunny?
Exactly. Or like probably Rule 34 art of all of them.
Yeah,
But,
all the characters. Yeah.
we didn't talk about where we found Daffy and Porky, who are
That's
basically villains in the DC universe. Which would have been more fun than Daffy trying to be a superhero and get into the Justice League.
Yeah, him faking accidents
Mm-hmm.
as Super Duck to try and get to the It's they spent a lot of time on that initial bit, but I geeked out super hard because they show the as the train passes by, they're showing the like character models from the 90s Superman cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
So like you have Jimmy Olsen with like his weird mullet
Yeah.
in there, and I'm like, that's them.
Yeah, that is. Oh, that is because that's the first thing that they go past is that. Yeah. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then they go through Batman the Animated Series, Gotham.
Yep.
They spent a lot of time on that one.
Like I think what I wrote down in like my little note stock was I wish they had set up more of a like more in the real world that the Looney Tunes characters were now in all these weird properties. Like LeBron just like flipping through channels and it's like, oh, the Matrix is on and it's Granny there.
Yeah, it's like,
oh,
and he's like, oh, that's normal.
yeah. He's like, dang, Granny's been working out over to Super Duck and stuff like that.
It's weird that I think that's the thing, right? They implemented it in just in a way where it's just, we can do this.
Mm-hmm.
And we know people fucking love nostalgia, i.e. our podcast. But they just put it in and it's like, hey, we can do this and not what we can do with that. Right?
Right.
I mean, then everyone coming out for the big game. Or it was, I think are we fast forwarding pretty much?
Yeah.
So everyone comes up to the big game. I did like that they were like traditionally animated for the most part until the game happened and Don Cheadle's like, no, we got to upgrade everyone. Mm-hmm. So that's when they become the CG versions. And then everyone comes to fucking watch this game.
Mm-hmm.
And the fucking I got a good laugh when the Gremlins popped up.
Yeah. Good Gremlins cameo.
One of them had a chainsaw, which I don't think any of them did in any movie. One had a drill. The googly-eyed gremlin in Gremlins 2, the new batch, had a drill because he was playing doctor. The Joker gremlin, if you will.
Yeah,
He would just
yeah.
laugh all the time.
And I think there were at least 2 Jokers on the sidelines
Well, there's so
watching the
many.
movie.
They
Because there was
had,
Jack Nicholson's Joker, there was Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, right?
yeah, there's that one. You have the Dark Knight Joker.
Hmm. Hmm.
I forget his name. Sorry, everyone. Yeah, I just can you think of like what the weirdest sort of cameo was
Let me look at my list.
Oh, I forgot you made a list. I'm gonna say very upset that we saw Yakko, Wacko, and Dot, and they did not speak.
That that was
kind
kind
of
of a
upset
weird
about
one.
that.
That they were just like they weren't even on the Warner Tower. They were just on a ledge looking at the game.
They hung out on Marvin's spaceship. I thought
Okay, there we go.
for the second half.
I thought I saw not Catwoman, because we did see Catwoman, but I'm trying to think the weirdest
Couple
one.
3.
Geez, I thought I saw Sub-Zero on the sidelines.
That makes sense. We had the Droogs from A Clockwork Orange,
Oh, that's what they're called, the
which is what,
Droogs.
yeah.
So much Space Ghost. There were like 4 shots with Space Ghost,
Love it. Love to see
and
it.
I thought that was great. That was probably my favorite one.
Gleep and Gloop from the Herculoid. Oh, the Herculoids.
That's who they. Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out
Mm-hmm.
who they were. We had the full Jetsons family, and the Great Gazoo, and not the Simpsons, and the Flintstones. They
Great
were all
Gazoo.
there.
Yeah, he got some shine. He was in that hero shot.
Muttley was a big part of that Great Gazoo moment.
Mm-hmm.
There were a couple wacky racing cars in the background.
I think I did see a Penelope pit stop.
Yeah, yeah.
It's. Did we do this when we watched the trailer? I think we did this when we watched the trailer. No change.
Well, yeah. There wasn't too many changes. I mean, there was Wicked Witch of the West. There was Adam West, Batman and Robin.
Yeah, yeah.
There was Alice from Alice in Wonderland, a flying monkey, the penguin.
Yeah, the Danny DeVito penguin got a lot of play. Like interacted with Don
close.
Cheadle.
So close to
Yeah,
the
he had
bench.
courtside seats.
And then I think it was, I mean, Iron Giant and King Kong
Mm-hmm.
were part of it. There's a nice little King Kong joke where Don Cheadle becomes like 8 feet tall and says, "King Kong ain't got nothing on me." King Kong does a big
Very
harumph. And I was like, all right, cool.
If they would have, I would have accepted this long run time if King Kong had a 1-minute bit where he like gets mad and like walks away.
Mm-hmm. And everybody then is sad.
Everyone watches. Yeah.
Everybody's like, "Oh, you made King Kong sad," and then Don Cheadle has to be like,
I don't
"My bad,
care."
Kong."
Where he's full villain at this point.
Yeah, he's full villain, full CGI Don Cheadle villain.
So, plot wise, the game, Don Cheadle also gains the ability to suck up everyone because he's live streaming this event.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's advertised as father versus son. And a lot of people are very interested in this.
So many people.
And because of that, they get sucked into the game, including his family and Little Rel.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Lil Rel?
Lil Rel and Ernie Hudson, right? That's his name.
Ernie Hudson. No, that's a dude from Ghost.
No, that's a guy.
You're thinking about when we did our
I know, our other-
certain stream
our-
that you'll
our
find
other
out on
stream.
Tuesday.
Ernie Johnson,
Mhm.
I think. Ernie Johnson from the TNT basketball coverage stuff. And they seem to have a good rapport. When Lil Rel appeared, I thought, "Oh, he's fun," and his stuff was pretty funny.
Yeah, good bits.
Good bits.
But it's the whole premise of this last part is that they're playing Dom's video game. And so it's all video game rules. There are style points, there are power ups. In the first half is LeBron like, why aren't we playing regular basketball like the olden times? And they're getting, and he's mad at the Tunes for being too loony.
Mm-hmm. And they're mad at LeBron because he's not coaching them well enough.
Well, fucking Tunes, Mac.
Yeah,
I think it's a direct quote from Bugs.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Bugs has like a lot of like conflicted moments where he's just like head in his hands, like we're all doomed. Because
He-
if they lose, the tunes get deleted.
Yeah. And everyone's stuck in that world, which I wouldn't hate. I'm like, I'm fine either way, probably.
Yeah, you just go to the Matrix world and hang out.
Yeah, eat steaks.
You eat digital steaks.
What?
Well, there are no steaks.
What? I mean, I'll go ahead and ask this: is there a Warner Brothers property that you're like, yes, put me in there, I'll take it?
Mm,
Should we look up?
yeah, let's look up some of
That would
the
be
Warner
why not?
properties.
We can.
Because of the ones that they explored in the film, the only one I would have picked was The Matrix.
The Matrix's list of assets owned by Warner Media. Oh God,
Oh no.
assets.
The IP wars have begun. Like, while you're looking that up, did you feel like there was a bigger Harry Potter bit that they had to cut because J.K. Rowling sucks?
No one. They mentioned it in the LeBron thing.
Yeah. There's a point where LeBron gets excited about going to the different worlds because he's like,
Oh,
what am
yeah.
I going to turn into? And then he goes to Harry Potter world. He goes, I'm Hufflepuff. This is great.
I knew it, Hufflepuff. I'm like, no, you're Slytherin, bro.
Yeah. Brian, you Slytherin.
So they own New Line Cinema. So that means Freddy Krueger World, eh? Doesn't that sound enticing?
Sounds pretty good. Maybe I'll go into the It world. Pennywise.
I feel like DC might be the best one, man, because like you get the possibility of gaining powers.
True. You know what? Put me in Jetson's world. Final answer.
Ooh, I forgot all the cartoon stuff too.
Yeah, I want to be in Jetson's world. Be the only black person up on the clouds. Living the life.
You just go down below the clouds to visit the Flintstones.
Perfect. I get the best of both worlds.
You get all the modern conveniences.
Mm-hmm. How about you?
I think DC world. I think I just
There we
like
go.
Potential to get powers. For the most part, it's pretty bright as long as you avoid Gotham. I think.
Yeah, everything's nice and bright.
Like you're getting saved.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of futuristic. Yeah, why not? But yeah, that's so halftime happens. I don't want to say the big joke during halftime because I think that's better. That's a good. That's also a good. There are two good like spoilery jokes and reveals that I think work out really well that I don't want to ruin.
Yeah.
But
And that
it was
that
good.
one's fine too. I thought that was. I'll just say I like the quote: "Full hearts, clear eyes, can't lose." Great little thing
Yeah.
there.
It's once they said it, I'm like, oh, I know what this is gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good. So last half it's just like, hey, we can be loony again, and that's how we win, and they do. LeBron reconciles with his son. Don Cheadle was super good in this. I think he carried a lot of the movie, has a lot of charisma. Just not if I can give some script notes.
Go for
Not
it.
very-
I'm here for it.
It's just not very clear as to what
What do you want?
his whole end goal is. Because he wants, deep down, it's just, I want to be loved, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not quite sure how that's manifesting. Because it's like because that's why he dragged everyone here, so that he'll have more people in the serververse with him.
And so they can watch him because he also says like, "Get ready, LeBron. When it looks like they're gonna lose, you're gonna be doing this forever, every day. We're gonna play this game over and over again." Which was like the big, Danny DeVito's plan in the first one was just to have Michael Jordan be playing basketball forever because he's so popular.
Because
And it would be an attraction for his like
He did have a
alien
weird circus, yeah.
thing.
Well, first it was like, I'm going to capture the Looney Tunes,
Mhm.
and that's going to be my attraction. And then what was it midway through? He's like, no, I want Jordan,
Yeah.
baby.
It's like now I'm gonna
He-
take Michael Jordan too.
He seems easy to work with too, so that's
Yeah.
a plus.
He works great on green
Yeah,
screen.
yeah. He loves teams. He loves being a part of them.
Yeah.
So it's not clear. He just wants. I think he just because again, the big picture is he wants love.
He's lonely.
He's lonely. He's got that little, servers everywhere, but not a friend to have.
No. And he's overlooking the friend that's been there the whole time, Pete.
Pete, yeah, I don't know what that was a play on, but he's just a weird. It, you know how sometimes for big energy companies, like an LG, he looked like an LG mascot.
Yeah. Like a workshop to hell CG mascot that's going to help Samsung sell you washing machines.
Yeah, you're Pete's a little guy that like you'd see floating around a washing machine, being amazed by all the features, and then at the end he gets stuck, comes out, but he's super clean,
spotless, and then it's Samsung washing machines with Pete AI to help you clean your clothes more efficiently. Exactly. Like Pete seems like the thing that they want to sell the toys of.
Yeah. Ooh, are there toys of this?
I don't know.
Hold on.
Give it a quick Google. We'll find out.
Space Yam, a new legacy. Toys. Yes, there are.
And
All
do we have a
right.
Pete?
Let's just go through. Hold on. Let me share this bad boy. We're just going to go through entire screen. No, just a window, please. No, Chrome tab. There we go. Yes, you see.
Ah, there we go. I like the Taz one.
So let's go down the line. LeBron, not a great face. I don't know why he has accessories.
I don't get that one either.
I also like that for the promo photo at the bottom. They just took. We're just gonna take his like NBA photo.
Very
Photoshop,
generic. Yeah.
All right. That's a Pete right there.
Yeah, there's Pete. Little Pete.
In a mystery figure kind of grab bag.
So all I'll say, Aaron, is we might want to buy these because the market for NBA memorabilia and stuff just keeps exploding in the form of
Really?
NFTs and like player
that's still
cards and
going.
stuff. Like that's still going.
That's wild. I'm curious what is behind LeBron on this one to give him the little devil horns. Probably a Bugs.
Probably another Bugs. Yeah. They packed that full.
Just like guys, you think they would have saw that.
Mm-hmm. I do like the
Oh shit, Happy Meal. All
ooh,
right.
we got to get some Happy Meals.
Ooh.
But I like the jerseys. I like the Toon Squad jerseys. It's pretty
Especially
in
on
line
the
with in line with like the design philosophies of like current NBA jerseys and stuff. So I might cop a Toon jersey.
They were a good design. What is that one?
I don't know.
Mystery box. Kids love those. A lot of people love those like mystery figure boxes.
Mm-hmm. It's where I got my tiny little Piccolo.
I don't think she's still watching them, but my niece would really watch videos. It's just, and it's like my brother was explaining. It's like, yeah, here's this childless couple, and they just open a bunch of figure boxes.
Man,
I'm like, good on them.
make that money. Make that money.
Like you said, big hands. You need them.
You gotta have them.
Is that a ball mace?
Yeah, that's a ball hammer. What is
Why
that
does it just
from?
say Aust? What is this figure?
we just stumbled upon what looks like a LeBron giant, like a LeBron action figure that's just all-star, but it's modeled on the Space Jam kind of LeBron
Those
figure.
chops are too big for sure. His
jaw too square.
Yeah.
But he's got a great hammer of basketball.
Here's where I think we need to end it. What?
Wait a minute.
We could have had Marvin the Martian in a mech suit?
Why didn't we get that? Was that cut from the movie? Because Marvin also got short shrift.
He did. He was the butt of the joke. He provided the transportation. That's it.
Also, I think Eric Bauza. Jesus, Eric Bauza.
It's I mean, the Wile E. Coyote bit in the movie was very good at the end.
Mm-hmm.
How you scored a bunch of points, but I'm like, oh, I would have rather had a Marvin the Martian mech suit.
Yeah, Marvin stomping on folks. Oh man. Anyway,
Yeah, let's.
where
That's
do we
enough of
want
the-
to?
enough of
How
them
do we want to
toys.
wrap this up?
I mean, they win. Look.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we have to do the big thing where it's in order to win because Don Cheadle controls the game. They're like, oh, Dad, you have to do your signature move that you did in the beginning. That glitched my game when we were first playing it, and that'll kick everyone out.
Mhm.
He's like, okay, but he's like, but whoever does it, they'll get deleted. And LeBron's like, well, I'm not. Well, I'm a person, so I can do it.
Which is like the most. Like I wish that was played more straight, where he's just like, well, I'm not digital.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
a.
so
I have
this
a
doesn't matter.
son. Son. The Looney Tunes don't have souls, so fuck them. We're humans. We're gods. We're God's number one creation.
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
Tie into the gospel song that plays
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
end.
He it was that a gospel song?
Mm-hmm. That played over the credits.
Dang.
He
dang, dang.
reigns.
Oh, really? So they're comparing LeBron to. I mean, it is the King James version of basketball. He's the New Testament.
Verse 1, Act 1. Dunketh. Dunketh and know thy name.
When thou art within these four lines, thou art working.
Working for the Lord. You score points for the Lord and not thyself.
Foolish is the man who fakes the funk on a nasty dunketh.
Thou shalt not step out of bounds, for that is the Lord's will.
Thou who can bucket a 3-pointer shall inherit the kingdom of God. So that's this time strategy, but Bugs is like, nope, I'm gonna do it. So Bugs does the move, glitch, knowing he's gonna get deleted, glitches out, and that's how everyone escapes. And there's a couple death scenes for Bugs.
Yeah, Bugs likes to die. He likes to be dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
He's a stinker.
How'd I do, Coach? Well, that's Elmer. But he says goodbye to LeBron. He then says goodbye to the Tunes, ascends to heaven.
Yes, ascends to heaven, like gloriously big, like sparkles in the shape of bugs in the sky, and he is dead. DEAD, dead.
Yeah, but then he comes back in the real world somehow, and he's
because
like,
he's a toon doc.
that's the explanation. Why didn't they just say, what's a server? There's backups. This is backup Bugs.
Mm-hmm.
He just, all that time with you, though, he lost. So he doesn't remember you.
Exactly. He doesn't remember anything.
Yeah. Who are you again, Bugs?
Mm-hmm. Who?
Maybe they push for this. Because it's like LeBron, Bugs does a sacrifice. It should be a big moment, right?
Right.
But then they immediately pull the rug from under it. It's not going to last forever. Just say officially, Bugs Bunny will never be in another Warner Brother property. Or this is how we retire the character. You pull that off for a year,
Yeah.
But
Do a Mr.
come on.
Peanut,
But come on. You could have got away with it for a year. You would have been in the headlines. Of course, everyone would be like, "Oh, he's coming back," and of course, he comes back
Mm-hmm.
he comes back with superpowers. Bugs the White.
Exactly.
Wait, I think Lord of the Rings is new line, which Warner Brothers owns, right? Why didn't we get a Lord of the Rings thing?
I don't know. That's the world Bugs. We should have found Bugs in Lord of the Rings world.
Yeah.
LeBron should have showed up on Toons World. There should have been no Toons. LeBron has to go find the Toons in that first act. He finds them all. Because it should have been like, oh, I love the Toons. I want them on my team.
Yeah. I saw Space. I saw this first Space Jam.
Exactly.
That's canonical.
Yeah, they could have just done that. Oh, this movie.
Or Space Jam: A New Legacy Part 2, The Search for Bugs.
Ooh. And it's
We
not
have
even
to-
a basketball movie.
Yeah. It's LeBron going through all. Then we can really explore the Serververse.
Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to find. It's like Lola's like she has some like I don't know radio up. I don't know something. And Bugs comes through.
Mm-hmm.
Lola, come find me. And and then it's.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe he does it to Daffy because they're best friends. I don't know his
Something like
relationship with
that.
the other tunes. Lola and Bugs clearly had some sort of falling out, or maybe they're like, you know what, we're better as friends.
Yeah, after that
Situation.
kiss in the first movie, I think they realized that that wasn't really for them.
We can't fuck. We don't have genitalia.
This is a pointless endeavor, Doc.
Kissing doesn't even feel good.
Oh,
I
the
ju-
irony of being a bunny and not being able to procreate.
Well, when you kiss me, my eyes bulge out. That really hurts. It's not pleasurable.
Steam coming out of my ears.
Too hot.
Ooh.
Let's just not.
Zendaya was great.
Oh yeah, no complaints there.
Hope she made some easy money for that 2-3 hours of work she probably put in.
I mean, and then like that's the thing, like in this dumb cartoon movie, that's just honestly, it's just a display of power from Warner Brothers.
Mhm. Big
It's
flex from Warner.
look upon our kingdoms and weep.
Mhm. This IP you're going to be getting for the next 1,000
Yeah.
years.
Putting in, but she gives it her all for this
Yeah.
dumb movie, which is very cool.
She puts on a great performance. But
Now I want LeBron in his adventures through the servers, or Don Cheadle reboot, or he becomes good.
yeah, oh, Don
he's
Cheadle
like-
becomes good.
He's like, I have to right my wrongs. I'm less power. First of all, I split Piccolo style.
Yes.
I split into two personalities. There's an evil algae rhythm, and I'm Alan. Gee,
yeah, he's like,
what's a good person name? I don't know.
Alan? Alan's a good person name versus Al G.
I'm Aloysius.
Yes, Aloysius is what they would,
Mm-hmm,
because kids they'll remember Aloysius more than Alan, but
But yeah, he has to team up with the tunes to go through the servers to resurrect Bugs.
yes, I absolutely resurrect Bugs, not find him.
Yeah. He has.
bring him
Yeah,
back.
they have to. He has a Horcrux. His bits of his code are
Bits of his
scattered
code. Oh my
throughout
God.
the serververse. So it's like his love of carrots got infected into Austin Powers. His bit of code, so they have to go in, and then it's just Mike Myers like, I love carrots, baby.
Exactly. Yes.
I can't get enough of them.
Yes.
Even though it's like a willy, isn't it?
In the Matrix, the Agent Smiths are all trying to decide if it's rabbit season or duck season. They just keep multiplying.
Who are Mr. Rabbit Season?
Mr. Duck season. Yeah, that's what Neo and the Smiths are fighting over.
Yeah. It's
There's one
This-
truth, Mr. Neo. that
Someone-
it is rabbit season.
someone get us on the horn with Ryan Coogler. We got a pitch. Well, yeah, and we'll look at the beginning. We'll retcon it because you'll see. We'll start with like LeBron hanging out with all the tunes, then we'll dip back into the serververse. But that's the opening. We think it's happy. Go into the serververse. Where are we? It's Toon World. It's dark. It's stormy because it's Bugs' funeral. They don't know that's a different Bugs. That's something else that happened.
I like it. All right,
And
so
and
that
then-
meeting's scheduled like right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, and then like Daffy on his phone, he's like scrolling through Instagram and seeing like their doubles hanging out with LeBron. Like, must be nice. Thuffer and Thuckatash. I'd never wear it.
They're having a great time.
Porky, just not now. I know sometimes we're roommates in certain cartoons.
Oh God.
The Tiny Toons come up to pay their respects.
Yeah. Are the Tiny Toons not a thing?
Oh, they're in my heart.
That's what I'm. But they're not a thing now, though, right? Kids don't grow up watching Tiny Toons. Like they don't grow up watching
No.
Muppet Babies. They don't grow up watching
No.
any of that stuff.
Nope.
Ugh.
Kids
Well,
suck. Yeah, you're
Seems
right.
like we got to make kids content now, Aaron. We found a gap.
We got to be kid YouTubers.
It's true.
Oh,
Good
boy.
God. No, God.
But that's, hey, we came on and slammed.
Hmm.
You were welcome to the jam. Everybody got up. We're not in the Quad Cities, unfortunately.
No. But
We're not DJs.
but damn, did we do it? We talked about Space Jam for a whole ass hour.
For a whole, I'm so glad we're not doing a regular episode this week. I'd
Exactly.
be too tired. I'm like, no, need sleepy. LeBron wore me out.
That's right.
We how now I kind of want to spec script this out. I
Aaron,
kind of
We can do that. We certainly should. do that.
it's just a dumb enough idea where it's like maybe we get a cat with your Patreon money. we get a little cabin. We take 2 days, maybe bring one or two other people, and we just like, here's the premise. We know how it ends. Let's go. Let's get these 90 pages going.
There we go.
That's all, just to hang out.
Yeah. We're gonna use this Patreon money to hang out and write stuff.
Right, Space Jam: A New Legacy, Part 2: The Search for Bugs.
Yes.
Or
It's
the-
that long.
What is there another subtitle? Search for Bugs. I'm just playing off the Search for Spock.
Which isn't that a Warner property as well?
No, that's Paramount.
Paramount. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Another subtitle could be.
Wait, is CB? No, ABC is owned by Disney, not CBS. CBS is Paramount. Anyway,
Oh, the subtitle. It's Space Jam, A New Legacy Part 2: The Search for Bugs. Wrong turn at Albuquerque.
that's where they. I mean, spoilers for this movie we're never gonna write. He's in it. That's where he is. He finally fucking made it.
He finally made
That's
it to
his heaven.
Albuquerque. Oh. We didn't
I
even
don't
talk
wanna-
about how Lil Rel, when he entered the serververse, thought he was dead.
Is this heaven? Is this one?
Is this what heaven looks like?
And he was very upset by it.
I was promised so much, Ernie.
Now I just want Bugs in Albuquerque heaven. He's like, why would I ever leave, Doc? I love it here. All the carrots I can eat.
Carrot juice flowing all over the place.
I have genitalia now.
I'm a father.
I've been here 200 years. And you want me to just leave? It's like, Bugs, it's only been a week. Because then it's there's the Superman story that they did in Justice League Unlimited that Alan Moore wrote called For the Man Who Has Everything, where it's Superman's birthday and Batman and Robin and Wonder Woman, they go visit him, but they find some like alien goopy thing on his head that was placed there by Mongol, the villain. And what's actually happening is that Superman is like in a basically VR world where Krypton never blew up. He got to grow up there. He has a family. And so it's them trying to convince him to leave. And while that's happening, the VR reality is crumbling around him. And he finally makes the choice of like, I'm sorry, this isn't Demon Slayer rules. He does that.
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
So that's how it is. But that's what we'll steal that for that last scene where it's Bugs like, I gotta go, son.
I gotta go, Doc.
Yeah, his son's name is Doc. Papa, where are you going? I'm scared.
Nah. I gotta go. See, there's a place where I belong, and it's not here, Doc. Doc, I love you. But you're not
Dad,
real.
you're scary. Mom, Dad's scaring me.
That's not really your mother. None of this is real.
You got to say it. That's all.
That's all, folks.
Oh, I'm choking up. Yeah. And he just yeah, the thing Iris is in, and he sees like because you do the weird tunnel thing.
Mhm.
You see it, which is I think it's stolen from Tiny Toons. I think that's how they get there.
Oh, really?
I think there's something like that, or that's how you get into what's the Dodo world where Dodo lives?
I don't know.
Is it just there's a short, an older one where it's Porky Pig or Elmer Fudd, one of them. They get sucked to I forget what they call the Dodo world, but it's just like it's more wackadoo than Looney Tunes,
Mhm.
and that's where Dodo the Dodo bird lives.
Right. I remember Dodo the Dodo bird.
Yes, I'm really the last of the dodos.
Mhm.
And he's just fucking wacky. So you get that Iris thing, and like Bugs and his fake family like holding hands. He holds them as he watches it like Iris out, like boop, and it's like you get Hans Zimmer music going. Da 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 da. It's the end of Interstellar.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, we have to do like
We've
it's
gone too far.
fertile.
Are we gonna keep going on this?
We've gone over an hour. Will they be stopped?
Yeah. Can they be stopped?
That's
Will Warner shut this down?
This isn't. We have because that's not the ending. That's like the really because they have to get. We got to put a clock on it, right? On top of it, if we're.
Oh yeah, there's a countdown.
They have to get Bugs before. Is it before his like? His deleted codes in I don't know whose voice I'm doing. His deleted code is in
It's before
the
it gets
trash.
archived.
It's the trash bin. Yeah. Once he's archived, like he's there. That's hell for that's hell for a tune.
Yeah.
You're in cold storage. You're not.
So
hooked
it's
up
like
to anything.
suspended animation in a scene, like so Bugs won't even be able to move. He'll just be frozen in place.
But
For
he'll
all
be aware.
eternity.
But he'll be aware
Yeah,
what's
he'll be
going
aware.
on
Oh,
because it's
God.
horrible. Yeah. The ultimate hell.
Mhm.
I'm freaking out just thinking about it. So yeah, before it's archived. So it's maybe there's like a B squad trying to like get into the real world to like fuck with the backup. The backup's like in Arizona. That's also in Albuquerque.
It's also
All roads lead to Albuquerque.
all roads lead to Albuquerque.
So they're trying to yeah. Maybe they and then we do a reverse Space Jam where it's the Toons recruiting different Warner Brothers properties.
I like that. I like that a lot.
This ain't bad. This is super fucking dumb.
It's just as dumb as what we watched. It's just as dumb as what we watched.
It makes for
And it makes a little bit more sense.
It makes a little bit more sense. Sorry, no LeBron. He's too expensive.
We can't.
I mean,
LeBron.
do we? Can we? Can we get the Toon version? If he's just doing voice.
Maybe we get a VO. We get LeBron to come in and do VO. But
Who's
you know who
another-
I want to get?
Who do you want to get?
I want to get Shaq. I want Shaq to voice some character in this.
Vince, hear me out. Shaq played Steel, which is a DC Comics character. And that's how he gets in there.
That's how we
It's
get
like
him.
we for this heist because it's a heist. It's
a
kind of a
heist.
heist movie. It's a
Yeah.
heist, baby. So yeah, you need the muscle.
And Steel is the muscle.
Yeah, and then the general shows up. Thought you could get away without deals, could you?
Oh God, Aaron! I can't believe you brought that up because there was an ad in the basketball game last night that is almost this premise where
Wait, what? Does the general turn on Shaq?
Craig Robinson finds Shaq in the woods, and he's like, "Shaq, is that you? We didn't believe all the deals you were talking about with the general, but I just found, like, I got all this money off my car insurance." And it's Shaq, like as a woodsman,
Yeah. Is he bearded up?
bearded up. It looks awful, but it's really funny. And Shaq is like, "See, I told you." And he's like, "Come on back, Shaq." He's like, "After I finish my skunk."
He's eating
cooking
a skunk.
He's cooking skunk over an open fire.
Is
You
it
know,
over a
Shaq
spit?
improv that line. Yeah, over a spit. It's very funny. Oh man, that's it. We have our star.
You got to cook the stink out. Now I'm imagining Shaq with like a plate of just like the skunk actually looks like edible, but then he just grabs a tail and like squeezes it
Wrings
over it like
out.
a lemon.
His juices that make it so good.
Ooh, it really look salt, acid, fat, heat.
Call it
This is the
spicy
acid
tinkling
part.
skunk.
This is it's starring Shaq. It's the only logical thing.
We've figured it out. We've solved it.
All right, all right. Well, we
do
got to
have to
work
go.
on this, I guess.
Yeah, we got to go work on this. So,
Yeah.
end these as we always do
Well, first we had to thank everyone for being a patron.
by thanking everybody. Thank you.
You forced us to watch Space Jam. It's your fault.
This is all on you.
Mm-hmm. Just like, look, we're being like LeBron. We're blaming others for our follies. But yeah, let's get out of here and write the sequel.
Yeah, we got to go write this sequel. So we got to
Zip it
up
up
and zip it
it out.
Zippity doo dah. Bye bye.